All right, so let's get started. First, a few housekeeping tips for everyone with the webinar system. We do have a little spot on your panel that has questions. So please feel free to answer or ask some questions and I'll answer them all at the end. But when they come to you, just throw them in there and I will be able to answer them. From there, we also have some handouts for you on your panel. If you look, there is a 2016 registration form. If you are not currently registered yet, as well as a copy of this PowerPoint so you can share with your friends and family and hopefully either build teams, create teams, or just get some more supporters. So we're going to get started here. All right, so first I'd like to welcome all of you for taking some time out of your day to be here with me on this webinar. Thank you for that, and we look forward to you joining this journey with us. So my name's Kristen. I am the Corporate Engagement Specialist here at the Ride to Conquer Cancer, and we will be starting this webinar, a little bit of an orientation to get you guys more familiar, and super excited to join our 2016 event. So to start off, I'm going to go over a little bit of what this is going to be about. It's going to include a little bit about myself, a little bit about the Alberta Cancer Foundation. We're going to jump right into the ride itself, some fundraising, training, and then we will jump in to a short little video for you guys to, take away everything that I've explained to you because there is a lot of information to take in. So from here, we'll get started. All right. So cancer, unfortunately, as you can see, 1 in 3 Albertans will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. And 43 Albertans a day will hear the words, you have cancer. And that's what we're all here to do is create a cancer-free future. I know that's the kind of future that I want to live in. And, a little bit about myself with cancer. The first time I experienced it, I was 12 years old and I lost my grandfather to prostate cancer. And unfortunately, at the time, I didn't understand what cancer was. I just understood that I was a little girl who, lost her favorite grandpa and, her second dad. So from there, I realized that it was coming into my life a little more than I would have liked. It started to happen more often to friends, to family. And then, it turned into kind of the rule to life to me. I didn't understand why cancer couldn't be the exception to life. And that's something someone once told me is that, cancer is becoming that rule to life. And doing an event like this really changes that around. And we want to make that the exception to our lives. And moving forward, that's the life, like I said, that I want to live in. And, with the Alberta Cancer Foundation and the dollars that we put towards fundraising, we're going to be able to create a world like that. I believe that we should live in a world where every mother should be able to, grow old to see her grandchildren, and every father should be able to walk his daughter down the aisle, and ultimately every child should definitely make it to their 10th birthday. So that's what this event is all about, and that's what this event is doing. This event is creating a world without cancer, and the Alberta Cancer Foundation is doing some of the best research on cancer research in respects to the world, and it's happening right here in our province. And this is our chance to make a difference. We're not medical professionals, but this is our chance to save a life. So I'd like to bring you into the Alberta Cancer Foundation. So that's who we're raising these funds for, and a little bit about them. We've got 2 research centers, the Tom Baker here in Calgary and the Cross Cancer Institute up in Edmonton. From there, we have 15 other regional and community facilities around Alberta. That's where dollars will go towards patient enhancement. The research going to be done at the Tom Baker and the Cross Cancer. Those other places are, for blanket warmers for our chemotherapy patients, anything to really make their unfortunate stay a bit more comfortable for them. So I'd love to talk about those numbers you see on this PowerPoint. $54 million we've raised over the last 7 years, going into our 8th year with the Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer here in Alberta. $7.8 million just this past year in the 2015 ride, and that is something to be so proud of, and it's such an amazing cause that 1,800 riders can get together and raise that much money in a province, our size doing some of the best cancer research. So one example of where these dollars are going for you guys. So Dr. John Mackey, he is the doctor oncologist researcher at our Cross Cancer Institute and for our clinical trials unit. He took $1.2 million raised from the ride and invested it into his clinical trials program and was able to then get grants from 8 different companies, turning that $1.2 million from the ride into $8 million into his clinical trials research. So this money isn't just starting with us or stopping with us. It really is, what's something that's amazing about Dr. John Mackey is that he is a rider on our ride. Another awesome fun fact for you guys. So he's out there fundraising and doing this ride as well. But if you meet him on this event, he will tell you that he would not have a clinical trials unit without this event. We really support that with all the dollars that we raise. So it's an amazing thing to put our minds to and to challenge ourselves to do. So now the fun part, I'm going to get into the actual ride itself for you guys. So you can see this picture if you're looking at the PowerPoint. It is from our opening ceremonies of the 2015 ride, a beautiful sunny day in August. So getting into the 2016 ride, we've got the dates are August 6th and 7th. I'm going to kind of paint a picture for you guys, because the morning at opening ceremonies is one of the most amazing parts about this entire event. The chill down your spine moment. There's 2 of them. It's that start line and it's that finish line. You're going to start bright and early. Last year we started at COP. 7 a.m. come in for breakfast. 8 a.m. opening ceremony start. We have an amazing motivational speaker, someone who's currently battling cancer. Go up there and give you a few last words before you go on your journey of a 200 plus kilometer adventure over the weekend. So he's going to start out with a very amazing and motivational opening for you. We've got Micah Ostenchuk, who is our CEO, who will also give you a little ready, set, ride to start your day. And it really is just that moment where you look around you and you see a sea of blue, just with everybody in their jerseys, ready to go, ready to conquer cancer. And it really is truly one of those, spine-chilling moments of the ride. So take that in because it is emotional. And, even if you don't think you're a crier, you definitely shed a few tears during this moment because it is amazing. This is a gift that we've given ourselves, a gift that we've worked hard towards and been able to be a part of. So moving from the opening ceremonies, you're going to go down that first day. It's about 100 plus kilometers. I say 100 plus because if you ask any of our returning riders, if I don't give them credit for those last 10 to 15 kilometers that might be added on when the route is finalized, I would be in trouble. So it is about 100 plus, I like to say. We've got, it's fully supported though, it's one thing. I want to embed this into everybody. This is a ride, it is not a race. This is a journey that you want to make for yourselves. So when you go down those 100 plus kilometers that first day, you're going to have 3 pit stops as well as a lunch stop. These pit stops are going to be fully supported with snacks, water, more entertainment than you could ask for from our amazing volunteers, and lots of encouragement. And one thing you'll notice down that road that day is all the thank yous along the way. It really gives you that extra motivation to get up that little hill you're going to have to, go to, and you see that thank you sign waiting for you, and it really makes this all worth it. Along with the pit stops, we're going to have bike tech support, medical support, anything you can think of that you need, we have it. I promise you that. And then after that first day of riding, you're going to make it to camp. And camp is one of the most amazing parts, just fun celebration of, not just these 2 days. That's one thing about our ride that I want everyone to realize is that these 2 days are your challenge and they are a celebration. But this event really is from the day you register until the day you get there. When you join us, we're with you 100% throughout the entire ride. So once you get to that campsite, you're going to see this man-made city that we've created for you. A sea of blue, we like to call it, because there's going to be tents lined up everywhere for you. Moving from there, you've got massages provided by an awesome volunteer staff. We've got awesome yoga sessions going on, great entertainment, games, foosball, everything you could possibly imagine in a fun celebratory Saturday night at camp. And the best part, we're sponsored by Steam Whistle. So I like to say the first few drinks are on us, but if you ask any rider, they're all on us. So enjoy that night. Meet, mingle, and hang out with as many people as you can, because you will meet some cancer researchers. You're going to meet cancer survivors, people that are currently battling cancer, and it really is an emotional and exciting night to take in. So definitely take that in, but just remember that you do have to wake up bright and early on Sunday morning and do the ride all over again. So when you wake up on Sunday morning after your amazing night of celebrating, we're going to have you guys leave between 7 and 8 a.m. in the morning. You're going to maybe feel a little tired, you're going to feel a little sore, but you know what? No challenge is worth taking, no challenge is worth, committing yourself to without a bit of a struggle. So getting yourself through it is going to be amazing that Sunday morning when you wake up and start riding that 100 plus kilometers back to our finish line. So one thing along the way that day, you're going to have the same support. You're going to have the bike tech support, medical support, the 3 pit stops. Again, anything you could possibly imagine, we've got it for you guys. The lunch stop. One thing I like to bring up on the second day, because sometimes it's used a little bit more on the second day, is our sweep vehicles. They will be provided on both days. You'll have riders or cars driving up and down, making sure you guys are okay, making sure you're safe, making sure you're not injured. But say you just need a break from one pit stop to another, they'll pick you up and take you to the next one. But one thing on that second day, well, both days really, they're not going to let you off that easy. They're gonna motivate you and keep you going. But if you have to take the sweep vehicle, that's totally fine as well. We want to be there for your safety and then for any medical purposes. But the one thing on that second day, like I said, is that they will drop you off a kilometer away from the finish line so that you make sure that you actually ride through that finish line, because that, like I said, is that second, spine-chilling moment of the ride. So going down that road both days, you might recognize some yellow flags along the way. And these are your mental motivation and your physical motivation for that entire weekend to get you through these 200 plus kilometers. Those yellow flags represent cancer survivors and people currently battling cancer. And there's something about seeing that flag, because I know you may think 1,800 riders, there's going to be a ton of people biking on the road. And it may start that way, but you'll find yourself along that highway riding by yourself. And you'll just be thinking to yourself and really taking in what you're accomplishing. And from there, you're going to see that yellow flag pass you, and you might be at the bottom of the hill. You might be just at a point where you think your legs can't move. And once that yellow flag passes you, you really think, wow, if they can do this, so can I. But not only is it just a physical motivation, it's also a mental motivation, and it's a mental kind of encouragement, and it makes you feel a bit humble watching them ride by, because without these fundraising dollars that we raise, that person might not be here with us today. So that should definitely get you through those 200 plus kilometers. And let me tell you, when you cross that finish line, you will feel like you won that Tour de France. So I want you to take that part of the road in, even when you think you can't make it. Keep going. So leading into the finish line, you're going to be able to hear that finish line from a kilometer away. And let me tell you, riding through COP with a big screen, showing you riding across that finish line, people cheering you on, our announcer announcing your name. It's going to be one of those emotional moments. It will, and I promise you, be the best moment of 2016 for you. So just take that in, because it really is, an incredible and, like we like to say, epic journey that you're about to go on. So once you cross that finish line, we're going to have an awesome barbecue and, food provided, steam whistle at the end to help you finish celebrating. And from there, we will, end this celebration. But really, it is one of the most amazing experiences that we could ever put somebody on. So now that I've painted a little picture for you of how your event weekend is going to go, I'm going to bring you back to today when you decide that you're going to register and join us on this epic journey. So we're going to talk a little bit about fundraising first. So our minimum fundraising for our riders is $2,500, but our average rider is going to raise $3,200 and to close to $4,000. It really is much more of a simple task than you could imagine, especially being a first-time rider. That's a whole nother story. But I want to go into how we're going to support you to do this, because like I said, we are going to be there for you 100% every step of the way. We're right here in the office. We've got Edmonton and Calgary, so we're here for you every step of the way. So first I want to go into personal fundraising. Once you register, you're going to get a username and password to go on to our online website, and you're going to log in, and it's going to be like your own little Facebook page. So from there, you're going to have a participant center on the back end and your Facebook page on the front end. The Facebook page, or the participant center page, I want you to personalize it. That is your first task, because one thing is that 90% of your donations are going to come from online. And being able to put your picture there and your story of who you're riding for, why you're riding, that's going to be a game changer for your donors. They're going to now feel like they're going on this journey with you versus just going on to an online website and putting their credit card number in. So take that in, because that's an important part of this fundraising. But on top of that, we also have email templates provided for you. We've created them. There's multiple different types for different reasons: business, personal, whatever you're looking for support, we've written it for you. You just have to personalize it and send it out. The next tool that we've given you is my personal favorite. It's the email badge. The email badge is a little thermometer that goes at the bottom of your email signature, personal or business, or both, of course. More places to hit is going to be the better. And it's going to be a clickable link with a thermometer that says what you fundraised, what your goal is, and it automatically updates. So this is a great way to just have a reminder for every single person you talk to. Because when you send an email out and someone sees that little badge at the bottom, again, it's a clickable link too, straight back to your personal page. So that's going to be all the difference in reminding somebody, because you're going to send out a bunch of emails and you're going to get some awesome responses. But there might be a few people that you're like, wow, I'm surprised that they didn't donate to me. And that's the one thing in life. It's our nature to see something and then, we might forget it. We're all busy people. But having little reminders is going to be the key to successful personal fundraising. There's also tons of things like social media, getting it linked up to your Facebook page. That's great. We all know the Christmas season's coming, and most of us out there, we don't all need those material gifts. So why not throw out your fundraising link to all of your friends and family and be like, hey, for Christmas this year, let's get some fundraising in for the Alberta Cancer Foundation. You will be so surprised at what comes in. The biggest thing is that you're never going to know how much somebody's going to donate to you until you ask. And the hardest thing for a first-time rider is getting over that stigma of asking. But the one thing to remember is that you're not asking for money to go on vacation. You're not asking for money to buy yourself something new. You're asking for money for the Alberta Cancer Foundation to support cancer research and a great cause. So, no one's ever going to be upset with you for asking to help with a great cause. So that's a little bit about the personal fundraising. And then there's also team fundraising. Whether you're thinking about creating a team, whether you're on a team, whether you're thinking about joining a team, we can make that happen. And the best thing about being on a team is that the fundraising, really becomes, you have this huge support behind you. You have tons of people pulling their networks and creating fundraising events. We have so many fun events that we can recommend to you. We can set them up with you. Really, again, like I said, we are your usable tools for fundraising, training, everything ride related. So we can help you out with some awesome ideas. My favorite one, just to say one really quickly, is Spud. If any of you guys have heard of Spud, it is a natural and organic food delivery service. And what they'll do is they'll come help you fundraise. And they will, stand wherever you'd like them to stand and sell some nice produce and give you back the proceeds. All you have to do is help them out. So really fun, innovative, and creative ways to fundraising. We've got all of that for you. So don't let that deter you, because like I said, you're going to be very surprised at what you can do. Everyone can do it. I can promise you that. If you know 50 people to give you $50, we're good to go. So I want to stop there for fundraising. Again, if you have any questions, please submit them and we'll go over them at the end. We're on to fundraising. So now I'm going to take you guys into training. So again, we'll quickly touch on training, but training, keeping your cardio up, stuff like that is going to be great. We have training rides in the spring. Obviously, as if any of you guys have looked outside today, it's a bit snowy. So unless you're a real keener and want to get out there on one of your winter bikes, that's awesome, and you keep riding that way. But if not, we have some awesome opportunities for you at Spin Studios. We have Spin Studios that give you discounts. We have Spin Studios that are going to do fundraising events for our riders. Lots of options to do some indoor training. We also have a training program to let you know where you are with your training and where you should be at each month of the way leading up to the ride. So it's a great resource to use. Also, that training calendar that I spoke about, open teams, will put up their training rides, and they will be able for anybody to join on them. We've got contact numbers for you to go out and ride with them. We've got lots of different options for you to train with different teams that have put their training rides up there on the calendar. All you got to do is check out the calendar and see where that's going to be at. From there, we also have we have one training ride straight from us that we'll provide for you guys about a month and a half out. So it's perfect because it'll be about a 60-kilometer ride, and it'll be a perfect way to see where you're at riding 60 kilometers about a month and a half out. So take advantage of that. We'll have it fully supported with pit stops, snacks, and soup vehicles as well. We also have a bunch of outfitters around Calgary, Edmonton, small parts of Alberta as well, that will be giving discounts to our riders, whether it's 10% off bikes, 15% off accessories, and then our spin studio is giving about 15 to 20% off spin classes as well. So lots of awesome perks to be getting yourself into shape, getting fit, and training with us leading up to the ride. So I know I've showed a lot of things to you guys, and I've definitely told you plenty of things to keep your minds racing right now. But I just want to show you a little bit about this event and show you what it really entails. So I'll play this little video for you guys, and then from there we will wrap this up.
What makes somebody epic? Signing up for the ride, committing to raising money for the foundation, committing to my son Calvin. Our body and our minds don't have the limits that we think they have. We can accomplish what we set our minds to, right, Calvin?
Anybody can do the ride. All you have to do is get on your bike, and then you need to get out there and train a bit and come out and do it. And, no matter what, the adrenaline that you have when you come to the starting line is enough to get you through the day.
When we have first-time riders, we encourage them. This shouldn't be intimidating. It's not a race. So even though some of us would like to go a little faster, we all back each other. Let's go. And it's okay. It's a team.
Teamwork. It defines the attitude and actions of the ride community. It takes the cooperative spirit of committed, like-minded people to conquer cancer. From the exertion of the riders to the support of the pit stop and camp crew to the cheers of thousands of roadside fans, the ride is a team effort.
The amount of money that we have to raise, it sounds like a lot of money, but if you give yourself enough time and you encourage your family and friends, you can do it, and we were able to do it.
This year we raised about $5,000, and next year I want to raise like 10, 15.
Don't be afraid to ask. Just ask people. You'll be overwhelmed and surprised by the support. Just ask. You have nothing to lose, and lots to gain.
All funds raised go immediately to the Alberta Cancer Foundation.
As scientists, we have endless ideas, but it's this funding that actually helps our ideas take shape. The epic moment is, when you're looking through the microscope, you actually see a clear picture.
We harness those funds to really bring the latest to people here in Alberta who are fighting every day. Like SBRT, which stands for stereotactic body radiation therapy.
they're going to be the treatments of the future, but we're able to give them now. So that's a really big, important thing that we do.
The kind of studies I do just wouldn't be possible without it. But I also know, because I had cancer when I was 18 and came back when I was 21, the treatments changed in those 3 years because of the research that had been done before that. So I know it makes a difference. I can see the difference it's making. So we will get there.
Clinicians at the Tom Baker and the Cross will get those funds to do world-class, groundbreaking research. Hopefully they'll make some big breakthroughs here, and one day maybe we won't have to do the ride anymore.
My brother-in-law was diagnosed in January, and so our family's going through that right now, and so this ride has been for him. So emotionally, it's been more epic for me this year.
She was my goddaughter. And, sorry, they want me out here. Kenji, beautiful little girl. She had a rare form of brain cancer, diagnosed pretty much at birth. She didn't make it to 6 months. And my little boy who you saw, we want to make sure that he doesn't have to be there. So that's why we're here. Sorry.
I don't know what's ahead of me, if this treatment will be successful, but I remain hopeful about all the possible treatment options that may become available through the amazing research you all help raise money for. Seeing you all out there pushing together for one goal helps make me stronger, gives me hope, and makes me feel so much gratitude. Thank you. The money you have raised helps save lives. It's helping save mine and will help me get better so I can finally get on my new bike and join you next year with my yellow flag proudly flying behind me.
The decision to be part of the ride to conquer cancer is the determination to be epic. With your commitment to the ride, you provide the Alberta Cancer Foundation with the vital funds it needs to give patients and their families hope for the future. Let EPIC define our common goal of conquering cancer.
Doing the ride was my way to tell people, hey, I have cancer, but I'm not dying today. I'm not dying tomorrow. I'm going to beat this.
All right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I do believe there might have been a voice delay, but I will definitely send the link out to all of you. From this point, I'll send you guys an email, but I want to kind of just come back to this for the last slide. Just give me one more moment of your time. And I want to know after that video and after this presentation, who's going to ride with us? And I want that to be what's going to sit with you for the rest of today and hopefully for the next couple of minutes and get you guys all signed up for a ride. So I'm going to give you guys some really easy ways to do this, and I really do believe that I will be seeing you all at that start line and for this entire journey leading up to it. So here's how it's going to go. The easiest way to call me, easiest way is to give me a call. Send me over, an email, however you'd like to do it. Give me a call, 5 minutes, let's get you registered. The best part is we also have a promo code. This is the first time that we've released this promo code, and it will be valid for the next 48 hours for $25 off your registration. So we're going to a $25 registration fee instead of that $50 registration fee. You can go to conquercancer.ca for that. But the next option is going to be going into that little handout section I told you about first and taking that registration form. From there, you can fill it out and shoot it over to me via email. I'm writing in the chat. Most of you have my email. I've actually probably spoken to most of you as well. But I'm going to, in the chat box, send you all my email. And then we're just going to jump into some questions following this. And hopefully we can answer everybody's questions. All right, and so if you look under your chat, I've sent to the entire audience my email address. So that is for everyone. So I'm going to open up those questions and see if we have any. All right, so okay, so I hear the average ride. So this is the question. I hear the average rider raises more than $3,200, but I'm fearful of the $2,500 minimum. Is this true? Do you provide some basic guidelines to fundraise? Again, so this might have been asked before we went into the fundraising part, but yes, we provide so many tools for you. We're here in the office for you. Oh, I'll turn my video back on for you guys. So we're here for you 100 steps of the way, 100% of the time. We're going to help you with your personal fundraising using those tools in your participant center. If maybe our participant center isn't exactly what you've been used to using, give us a call. We'll do a little walkthrough. We'll do it together. We'll get you set up. We'll import your contacts. We'll send those emails out right from there. Anything you guys need, give us a call in the office. We'll be able to help you out. And then on top of it, I definitely love working with teams and setting up some pub nights. We can do silent auctions. We can help out with that. We really are able to give you all the tools that you will be needing to use to exceed that 2,500. That's the biggest thing. You all, if you think you can raise that 2,500 or you're worried about the 2,500, I guarantee you're going to be able to hit well over the 2,500 by using the tools we've provided you and us helping you out. So hopefully that answers your question. I'm going to move on to the next one. When is the deadline for the fundraising? So the deadline for the fundraising, technically you can keep raising money all the way up to the day of that ride, but you do have the ability to then extend your fundraising for 60 days after the event as well. So those are your options. So not so much a deadline up to leading up into that ride day, and we even have donation tables at the rides. If you have some cash, checks, whatever you'd like to bring all the way leading up to that start line, you can definitely do that as well. Next question. Might I be able to meet with you and my friend at a local Starbucks or other to help me? Yes. Like I said, we are your fundraising tools, your training tools, your confidants. We're going to walk you through this process. We've got someone assigned to every single rider in here. If you want to meet, we've got a Good Earth next to our office. If you work downtown, let's go for a coffee, something like that. Let's go chat about building a team, thinking of creative fundraising ideas. Maybe you have a bunch of friends that want to do this ride, but they're a little worried about what it entails, and they didn't get to see this awesome webinar we put together for you. But let's meet up. Let's find a place after work. Let's get together, get your friends together. We'll go over a little information session and create a team for you, help you with your fundraising, anything you need. If you just need that little bit of motivation, a little bit of support, maybe you're thinking, oh, this is a little bigger than I thought. Come meet with me. I'll change it all around for you. We'll definitely get you the help you need. Next question, how do we access a personal training program? Is there local contacts given to each rider? So we have a few tips of our training program that will be sent out to you in your welcome packages once you register. When it comes to like a personal trainer, we don't have contacts for personal trainers, but we do have facilities that give you discounts that will have riders going through the exact same thing you are going through, and they'll be able to set you up with a plan. For example, one of our big studios we work with is Spoke and Spin. They are TRX and Spin Studio. They give 20% off their classes to riders, and they're also the owners of the Spin Studio are also doing the rides. So great tools to take advantage of for training. Next question. Open teams. I am an individual rider. So if you're an individual rider, we can still sign you up as an individual. Even if you're looking to join a team, we can do all of that within the next, leading up to whenever you find a team you'd like to join. We have tons of open teams, that are willing to, work with you, help you out with your fundraising, do some training with you. For example, Tom Baker Cancer Center is one of our large open community teams here in Calgary. We've got the Cross Cancer Institute team up in Edmonton. And a lot of other smaller community teams as well that would love to take some individual new riders under their wings. So that's something, again, we can help you out with in the office. So if that's what you're looking for, give us a call. Okay, so we're working with personal training who are interested in, so we are working with personal training studios that are interested in helping out our riders. Back to that first question. but leading into there, that's something we're working on. But again, we've got those awesome studios, gyms that will give you 2-week trials as well. We can set you up with those. We can help you out finding those. Bikes as well. If anybody is worried about not having a bike, that's not something you should worry about. The best part is signing up is going to get you discounts on bikes. So best part is to sign up first, and then we'll work on getting you a bike. So don't worry about that. We can walk you through that. We've got awesome programs to help you find bikes if people are donating them as well. So we can definitely help you out with that. So with that, I believe that is going to, oh, we have one. Another thing to add on with bikes is that if you are looking for a bike right now, Norco is one of our sponsors, and if you'd like to buy a Norco bike, they will donate a portion back to your fundraising. So why not buy a bike and get maybe $100 or $150 back to your fundraising? So also another thing to look into. These are little things that we can definitely help you out with leading into the ride, and giving us a call after you registered, and we'll get you started. Biggest thing, let's get you guys started now, and from there we'll take all the little details leading up. We've got 9 months left to go, plenty of time to get those fundraising steps in, and we will then move into some training in the spring. But definitely keep your cardio up in the winter. I know it's icy out there, but let's do some indoor training together. So I am now going to end this out, and I just first want to thank everyone for coming. This is an amazing event to be a part of, whether you've known someone who's done this or whether it's going to be your first time doing it. Like I said, I promise you this will be the best thing you do in 2016, and I really look forward to working with each and every one of you, and meeting you all at some point leading up to the ride. So again, you have your 3 ways of registering, and from here I will say goodbye, and I really hope you guys keep those who's going to ride with me words just circulating through your minds the rest of the day, and I look forward to signing you up in the near future. We'll talk soon. Thanks all.